Hi, I'm James.
And I'm Laurent.
And today we are in Bora Bora.
We liked it so much when we were here earlier this year that we decided to come back.
But this time we're on a sailboat. Yeah. Let's go!
So before we could even set foot on our boat, we had quite a journey involving 3 different flights.
But once we landed in Raiatea, French Polynesia was just as beautiful as when we left it a year ago.
We got the chance to explore our boat, and this time we got a catamaran.
And it was so much more spacious than the monohulls we rented for our last 2 sailing trips.
Yes, I could actually stand up in our cabin.
And we didn't waste any time and started sailing right away to Bora Bora.
One of the nice things about that part of French Polynesia is that the islands are close enough to each other that you can always see the next island when you're sailing.
Capitaine Laurent was just showing off for the camera. So first things first, we had to go grocery shopping to stock up for the week-long trip.
And we stocked up on veggies.
Their avocados were huge. One avocado was big enough to feed 5 of us.
Once that was done, we started sailing again to explore the Bora Bora Lagoon.
We sailed past the overwater bungalows that Bora Bora is so famous for,
including the new presidential suites of the Intercontinental where we stayed last year.
We stayed at the Intercontinental, but not at the presidential suite.
Yeah, that would have been a bit out of our price range.
The reason we got a catamaran this time is because parts of the lagoon are really shallow.
And a catamaran allows you to go to more places than a monohull.
But I was just happy that the catamaran was so much more comfortable.
And no matter where you are in the lagoon, you always have a view of Mount Otemanu.
The volcano is so spectacular and every angle is different.
No matter what the weather is like or the time of the day, you cannot get a bad shot of that volcano.
Then we dropped anchor on the north side of the lagoon to have lunch.
And we prepared my favorite Tahitian dish, which is the raw fish salad.
The most important ingredient is the coconut milk, which requires a lot of work.
I had to grate 4 coconuts.
But it was worth it. It was so good. Cooking together is probably my favorite part of our sailing trips.
As is doing the dishes in the ocean. And then it was time to go snorkeling.
We don't scuba dive, we only snorkel. But because the lagoon is so shallow, you can see everything with just a snorkel.
The reef where we snorkeled is called the Paul Emile Victor.
It's named after a French explorer who explored Antarctica and Greenland his whole life.
But then he decided to retire on the small private island in Bora Bora where the reef was located.
I don't blame him.
And then back on the boat for an aperitif before dinner.
And goofing around while waiting to watch the sunset.
One of the great things in French Polynesia is that you can get real French food.
And tonight we're having blood sausage on the barbecue, my favorite.
And we woke up the next day and the weather was a bit cloudy.
We were there during the rainy season.
But the rainy season is actually not that bad because it's not like it's raining all day every day.
And the cloud formations in the rainy season means that you have amazing sunrises and sunsets.
Every day was different and they were all magnificent. And once everybody got ready, we went to another snorkeling spot.
It feels like all we did on this trip was snorkeling, cooking, and eating.
Yeah. And this time we had brought bread with us and the fish were chasing us. It was crazy.
Fish in French Polynesia love good French bread.
And another great healthy meal with fish and tropical veggies from the market.
And once we were done feeding ourselves, it was time to feed the sharks.
We only feed the sharks in the evening when we know we don't have to go back in the water.
There it is. He sucks it up. Look. See, they smell the blood. It's amazing how they smell the blood so quickly.
Yeah, right away he turned.
Right?
There you go.
You have enough space for this.
Got it. Look at that.
Oh, he missed it, but he's going to be back.
Come on, you
Oh,
little
here we go.
guy.
Here we go. Here we go.
Nope, he got it.
They're coming by a high speed.
He gone. Oh, here's the fourth one. Big one.
He's had to eat.
Look how
Oh,
close
yeah,
they
they're
are.
right here. It's like a
He'll be back. He'll be back. He's
Right
right
here.
here, right here, right here.
Oh, there he goes.
You.
in for the kill.
Got it.
You can get it.
Oh, he'll be.
Oh, it didn't like each other. Oh, and then one came at it. Look at that. It's like solid shark.
And that evening, we decided to not eat on the boat, but instead go to shore to our favorite restaurant in Bora Bora.
Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy your dinner.
We really love watching the sunset at Matira Beach.
And the food is fantastic.
And the entertainment of the little geckos eating flies next to the lights is just really funny.
So we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did,
Give it a big thumbs up
and put your comments.
in the comment section below.
And if you want to subscribe to our channel, we are going to put a link right here.
And be sure to click the bell if you want to get notifications about our next videos.
And if you want to watch the second half of our trip, we are going to put a link right here.
Bye.